Hi, I'm from Peach Juice Media, and today we're going to talk about the Georgia Department of Corrections, where they don't give a bleep about anything. For years, they've been perfecting a cutting edge program called What Happens When You Let Prisons Become Hellholes, and according to a brand new U.S. Department of Justice report, they nailed it. That's right, folks, the DOJ has confirmed it. Our prisons are violent, corrupt, and run by gangs. Let's take a look at just how spectacularly broken things are, shall we? First up, violence. And oh boy, do we have violence! Since 2018, we've had over 250 homicides in our prisons, and those are just the ones they bothered to report. That's a 1,200% increase since 2011. Yes, folks, our prisons are now deadlier than a war zone. At Hancock State Prison, a man was stabbed to death and thrown off a balcony while the guards took a casual 15-minute break. Why? Because they don't care. At Georgia State Prison, a man literally starved to death in his cell, covered in bruises and human bite marks. And at Ware State Prison, a guy died from a drug overdose, and his body was left hanging over a railing for 2.5 hours before anyone even noticed. Even in protective custody, inmates are getting beaten to death. So, if you thought Georgia prisons were supposed to be about rehabilitation, think again. Rehabilitation? Where's the excitement in that? And safe, secure prisons? Nah, that would make too much sense. But don't worry. Just because the GDC staff doesn't run the prisons doesn't mean no one does. Say hello to our proud sponsors, Georgia's finest criminal organizations. That's right. Thanks to years of corruption in the GDC, gangs now decide who sleeps where, who eats, how much it will cost to take a shower, who gets stabbed, and who makes it out alive. Our prisons are so gang controlled, we might as well hand over the warden's salary and keys to the Bloods and the gangster disciples. So, when it comes to who really runs the Georgia DOC, it's not the GDC. It's organized crime. The good news about a corrupt government institution is that if you've got cash, you can get anything, especially in Georgia prisons. Need a shank? That's $50. Need meth? That's $100. Need a cell phone? That's $1,500. Or free if you know the right corrupt guard. That's right, folks. GDC staff aren't just bad at their jobs, they're also criminals. Since 2018, over 360 correctional officers and at least one warden have been arrested for smuggling in drugs, weapons, and phones. Because why work for a shitty $40,000 salary when you can make triple that smuggling in iPhones? And when they do confiscate contraband, it's for a good cause, so they can sell it all back to the inmates tomorrow. Now, if you're thinking, surely the Georgia Department of Corrections is fixing this shit show, right? Ha ha ha! Instead of addressing gang violence, corruption, and understaffing, our leaders are doubling down on the dumbest solutions imaginable. Telling prisoners to tuck in their shirts, walk with hands behind your back, walk in a single file line. You know, the things that make everyone safer. Or how about spending $100 million for jamming cell phones? Because so many prisoners are killed with cell phones each year. Then they tell the public about their safe and secure prisons. Never mind that the cell doors don't even lock, or that we routinely see prisoners bleeding to death on the prison floor. And of course, there is absolutely no consequences for the people in charge, because in Georgia, the only thing they care about more than profits is making sure no one in power ever faces consequences. Accountability, please? We're in Georgia, so what can you do about it? For starters, you can help expose this corrupt shit show by following Georgia Prisoners Speak at gps.press. Read the stories about the corruption and senseless deaths, share this video, and tell Governor Brian Kemp and GDC Commissioner Tyrone Oliver to stop running our prisons like a gladiator arena. Because if we don't act now, Georgia's prisons will keep being exactly what they are today, a state-funded crime syndicate, except with shittier food. This is Peach Juice Media, and you've been warned.